single day.
Hey, Sheri County. This is Sheri County Cop Watch, and we got to do a story on this. Our dictator, state attorney, Ashley Moody, was on, and she basically admitted we are an out of control military police state, and that is disgusting. And this shit's got to stop. In fact, here's what's really fucked up. We have to enforce laws. Did you know, and people that know me know this, I gave her evidence. My sheriff, Charlotte County Sheriff Bill PRUMMELL, and many other cops and sheriffs across the state, had an illegal list of gun owners who were illegally profiling them. That's a third-degree felony, $5 million fine. And if you give her that evidence, she's supposed to do her damn job. She didn't do her fucking job. I gave it to our local state attorney, Mayor Fox. She said the list is not on a list. You heard what I said. She said the list is not on a list. So they only enforce the laws on people they don't like, I guess. So this is sad and disgusting. So here's the deal. Policing for profit is wrong. That's not what our founding fathers fought for. And Florida has two different industries going for it. One is snowbirds and one is policing for profit. Period. We have the third most amount of jails and prisons in the whole goddamn fucking world. Did you hear what I said? World. We're supposed to be a free country, yet we have the third most amount of people in jail and prison in the whole goddamn world. There's a book called 3 Felonies A. Any motherfucker out there that thinks I'm talking shit, you get that book, let me know what we can charge you and ruin your life and your family's life. Because there's so many laws on the books, local, state, and federal, that can fuck with you at any time. But this shit doesn't apply to them. You know, since they think they're fucking gods and that they're angels and they never do any wrong, I know, let's do this. Let's put a GPS tracker on them and a camera with audio and video at any time, and let's start popping them for all the shit that they do wrong and see how they fucking like it. It's called equal justice. But guess what? There is not equal justice here. And there's another thing that they're doing here, which I sadly found out personally. They put me in jail for 30 days for free speech on a sidewalk. They're illegally using a law here to put you in jail without bond. That is illegal and unconstitutional. And Charlotte County is abusing the living shit out of that because even the jail is jailing for profit. The shit is out of control, and this fucking Nazi fucking fascist bitch, Trump cop sucking bitch, has got to fucking go. If she wants to be like that, go to Cuba, North Korea, China. Putin would love you, you fucking Nazi Stasi bitch. This is not what our founding fathers fought for. This is what they fought against. And this shit, oh my God, fentanyl coming in. You know what? I agree, that's bad. She's going to talk about that. I'm going to play the video after this. Guess what? You want to ban everything again? We tried banning alcohol. That didn't end well. You tried banning weed. That didn't end well. It's finally being legalized again. We're even legalizing mushrooms. It's God's way of getting rid of stupid people. That's life. And charging a fucking drug dealer with murder because somebody else put it in their mouth, not you. Now, if you put it in their mouth personally and you know it's got fentanyl, I agree, charge your ass. But if you didn't personally do it, fuck that. Sorry, it's the person that did it themselves that is guilty of killing themselves. This fucking police state shit has got to stop. Our founding fathers would be shooting by now. Our founding fathers fucking killed the red coat British police for freedom just because they were taking your gun, illegally entering your house. That's why we have the 4th Amendment, and taxing you. We have far surpassed that. All you old ass motherfuckers grew up with less taxes, less government, less police, and now you gave away your freedom for safety just to make sure all of us young motherfuckers pay for your goddamn shit and taxes and and Medicare and Medicaid, Social Security. You gave it all away just to get paid. Fuck you and your mother. Fucking go do that shit in Cuba, China, North Korea. Go live in Russia. See how you like it. Since you fucking like it so much, go live there. This shit's got to stop. This is un-American. Absolutely, and I believe this is why the red wave didn't happen, because they keep preaching what the fucking Germans did. Back then they said it's all the Jews' fault. Now they're saying it's anybody that violates any law's fault. Wow, really? Let's start enforcing that shit on you, motherfucker, because everything's illegal, dipshit.
Now to examine why the Sunshine State has seen such an influx of residents from blue states is Florida Attorney General Ashley Moody. Ashley, good to see you.
Good morning, Sean.
So what's the secret in Florida? Why are all the New Yorkers and Californians coming to your great state?
It's not rocket science, Sean. I mean, people are watching and they understand that leadership matters. We don't just watch as things break down or things aren't going right. We do something about it. When we saw people not respecting cops and other folks defunding their police, we gave them raises. When we saw a rash of folks rushing into store and committing mob thefts, we did something about it. We made it easier to prosecute those people. When we saw other states cramming down on their citizens and taking away their rights, we did something about it. You know, this is a government of the people. They want to make sure those that they elect to office have their backs, and in Florida, we've got their backs.
You know, Ashley, when we look at what's happening around the country in regard to crime, everyone wants to be innovators with no cash bail and rethink sentencing laws. And the result of that has been spikes in crime all over the country. You're the top cop in Florida. What has your philosophy been in regard to crime and how you keep your state safe?
I'm not only the Attorney General, I'm a former federal prosecutor, a judge for over a decade. I'm married to a cop. It is not hard to imagine that if you fail and refuse to enforce the laws on the books, and that includes both crimes and your bail statutes, that you will see an increase in crime. You know, recent stats released from the FBI show that where folks increased funding for police, crime goes down. Where they decrease funding for police, crime goes up. It's very simple. In Florida, we respect our cops. We give them the tools they need, and we will say, Florida, nation, be aware, if you move here, Florida is a law and order state. So if you're a criminal and you're residing in Florida, you may want to get out. You know, and other states need to do the same.
I was a prosecutor for 10 years. When you have good prosecutors and good judges, there's people who make mistakes and commit crimes, you give them a break. But there's bad people who have to be locked up. And you need tough prosecutors and tough judges to keep their community safe and put those people away for a very long time. But I want to ask you about this because Target experienced $400 million in losses. And sometimes people go, look at these robberies, these thefts in these stores. They're victimless crimes. But really what has to happen is when Target loses $400 million because of theft, they have to raise their prices further to make up for that loss. And the whole community pays higher prices, more inflation, and pay the cost of that theft. What say you?
And this is where a lot of leaders get it wrong. These radical folks that get elected into office, their very policies harm the communities and people they profess to protect. If you enforce your laws, and that includes people that wake up every day and their number one intention is to harm your citizens, they cannot stay in the communities. They have to be put behind bars. And this includes people who want to over and over steal and victimize other human beings. They need to be put away where they cannot continue to harm people. And when you allow rampant theft, organized retail crime rings to run over your law enforcement and run over any prosecutors in your communities, they'll continue to do it. Their victimization will go up. Right. Retailers will lose more money. And you know who pays? Your citizens.
That's right.
They pay.
You know, it's common sense. All right, we'll have more with Florida Attorney General Ashley Moody in just moments. You are watching the Sunday Morning Futures right here on Fox News. And be sure to catch Mornings with Maria Bartiromo weekdays from 6 to 9 a.m. on Fox Business. And we are back with Florida Attorney General Ashley Moody. Attorney General, listen, we talk about the fentanyl crisis that's raging across the country. What impact has fentanyl had in the state of Florida, and what are your plans to address this rising crisis?
It's unconscionable that the policies coming out of Washington has actually made this harder for law enforcement on the ground in states. Just in Florida in the last few months, we've seized enough fentanyl to kill our entire U.S. population. You're seeing day after day, other states say they've had their largest seizure of fentanyl. And when you have a president who meets with the leaders in Mexico and China that can actually help us do something about it. We know that the precursors to this deadly poison come out of China. It goes to the Mexican cartels in Mexico before it pours over our wide open border. When our president refuses to talk about it, you know, he said he wouldn't even answer a question of whether or not he addressed fentanyl. I mean, come on, man. This is the largest killer of your population. You got to talk about it with other presidents in other countries. That's diplomacy number one. He won't even do that. In fact, they just need to be honest with the American people, and it's about to get even worse because Title 42 has been ordered to be rescinded, and that takes effect December 21st. It's going to get worse.
You know, this isn't a victimless crime. Those who manufacture, those who deal drugs, it's actually killing people. And if you're a drug dealer or a manufacturer, I hope prosecutors are throwing the book at them because they kill people.
And it needs to be declared a weapon of mass destruction at this time, because we don't even have the agencies that can go after it and target it before it gets into our country. And as you know, it's so deadly that such a small amount can kill someone. And so we've got to take a new direction. We've got to be vocal. We've got to have a president that fights for it instead of refusing to talk about it with the American public.
You know, you do have to talk about these issues if you want to address the issues. By ignoring them or by ignoring the border, it doesn't get any